Hi everybody, Ralph Havens here, and welcome to your Thursday Beyond Limit session. As a lot of you know, if you've been on my email list for a while, I send out a newsletter, an email about the session that I do every Thursday for you. And it's one of my favorite parts of the week. I get up early and sometimes I go outside, sometimes I stay inside, and I do a session for you simply because you're on my email list. And over the years, I've seen many cool emails come back of what people have noticed that's been different in their lives and in their families' lives after signing up and being on this list. Now, when I started out with this work 32 years ago, I started out as a physical therapist, and I was influenced by a lot of my teachers who told me you had to be scientific. And it stopped me from doing a lot of the energy work and a lot of the light touch therapies that were out there, because I wanted to do things right. And what I found was that there were some of my friends that were doing amazing work and having amazing results with stuff that didn't look very scientific. It was very light touch therapies, even energy therapies, but they were getting results that I wasn't getting. So at some point I decided, I have to do those things. I have to see what that's all about, because they're getting results that I wasn't getting. And then over the years, I've been able to backfill the science. By that I mean I have now seen that it's actually based in science. A lot of the very advanced physics can explain some of how it possibly can work. We know that it can work. I've seen it work. The question is, why does it work? I've been able to put that together in my research and in my study to be good with that yeah, I can see how it can work. But the important thing is that it works. And a lot of times science catches up with what's actually happening. We see a result, and then science later, years later maybe, starts to figure out, oh, this is why it possibly works. So when you are on this session, what you might notice is what's different for you, what's different in your life, and what's been different in your life since being on these sessions. And, I had a client a while ago, in this past year, that no longer had chronic shoulder and upper back pains, no longer had knee pains that were stopping her from running. She got back to a very good life. And I emailed her many months later to find out, how she was doing, if she was still good. And she was, but she said something funny in the email. She said that she didn't have these conditions anymore, but she didn't know how it happened. And there was, maybe I misread the email, but there was a bit of a tone of like, how could it possibly have been what you did? Now, I don't know if that was her intent, but I just saw that and I thought, yeah, it's so hard to believe that such a light touch or an energy medicine approach can have a difference. But what I invite you to do is to notice what's different for you. And I've seen people's lives change over the years where they've moved across the country, across states, started new lives, new relationships, new businesses since being on this list. And while you can't say, oh, it's because of being on an email list or getting an energy session every Thursday is the cause, but you might start to notice what's different in your life. And I'm going to fill you in on a little secret that I use. And it kind of showed up in a funny way this morning as I was doing the session. So whenever I do a session, I always set the space up so that it's done before the session starts. Now that might seem kind of weird. Or how can you do that? Well, today I did that. And then what happened was I had filmed this whole session. And when I went to look at it, I had run out of memory on my phone, on my camera. So I had to go delete a bunch of the old videos. So the session was already done, literally, by the time I came back to film this. So if something were to change for you today, what might that be? And I invite you to look at that. And I'm going to take you from this point to this point. And all the points in between, what might be useful for you? And while you might not know what I'm doing or how it could possibly do anything, you can also notice what you notice even right now while you're sitting in your chair. And while I could make up stories or let you know what I'm seeing about how unconscious patterns are shifting and control issues are shifting and other things related to information you received very early in life that then became stories and beliefs that were running your life. I could say things like that, but what's important is what's different for you. So we're going to just notice what we notice. Yeah. So I'd love to hear what you notice after this session. And while it might be hard to put into words what just happened, what's important is what just happened for you and what's different for you. Now, if you are interested in what to do and how to do it, exactly what to do and how to do it, while you're getting a full hour session once a month, I do once a month sessions. And this June, I'm actually doing 3, and in July 3 for you. And if you're interested in that, let me know. I'll leave you a link about that. Yeah. Because this is going to keep changing for you today. And what you might notice is how gently and seamlessly life can be different. Almost where you would miss that it changed, or that it was different, or that it could possibly be from anything that was done this morning. And while it's not important absolutely to say that it was caused by this or that, what can be cool is to notice that something's different for you and that what else is different. Yeah, so this is a session for you. Every Thursday I do these Beyond Limit sessions. Every Thursday I do a session for you simply because you're on my email list. And if you know of anybody else that could use some help or would like to be part of this, would like to have changes in their life, please send them this video if you like. Send them the links so that they can sign up. If they're on my email list, they're included. Whether they watch the video or not, or read the email or not, they're included. And then you can notice what's different in people's lives as they are on this list. Yeah, this is going to keep changing for you and keep shifting. And and then if you're interested in exactly what to do and how to do it, I can show you more of my secrets, like how I do things, and show you real world things to do so that you can get over your autoimmune and chronic and mysterious conditions and transform your life. And have a session once a month with these other sessions that I'm talking about that I do every month for you, where you can actually see the sessions. So that's your Beyond Limit session now. So scroll down below and let me know what you noticed that's different after watching this video, and what's different today after having had this session. And if you've been on the list for a while, let me know how your life is different now compared to before you were on this email list, without having to say, oh, it was caused by this or caused by that, but just to see what's different. And I look forward to hearing from you. Every Thursday I do these sessions for you. Usually I send out a newsletter about it, but today I was inspired to do an actual video for you. and that's it. So this is Ralph Havens signing off, and let's get out there and live today. Let's get out there and really live. Okay, bye now.